Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome to my channel, tribe. Okay, guys, so today we're gonna just get into the energy as usual. You guys know I don't like to ramble. I love and appreciate the support. I thank you guys so much, and I want you guys to really be family to each other. I created this page to attract my soul tribe and to bring forth guidance, to allow guidance to be brought through me. So guys, if you feel like you resonate with a large percent of my content, we're tribe. So let's act like tribe, okay? And for some of you, there was this energy in the pre-shuffle where if you're a content creator on YouTube Studio, there's an app, YouTube Studio for your phone. You know, it's a good app. I don't know, I just felt the need to tell you guys that. The bottom of the deck energies, absolutely amazing. I turned it over. It was the world. And it lines up with our previous messages. Ending the old cycles, walking into the new beginnings. It ended on the world, and I felt the need to pull what the top card was, and it was the Fool. And I mean, it's beautiful. It's pretty self-explanatory. So, just want to tap into the energy of the collective. These are all majors, guys. And I really want to see what the divine is really helping, what energies the divine is helping to bring to the forefront in your experience. What energies, and we have the Emperor in the cut as the cut card, the Emperor and the Fool. Everything is aligned with the previous messages. So if you resonate with the previous messages, this may have some jewels for you. We want to know, divine, what energies are you working with us most? In what ways? We have the Chariot. It's all about ascension. It's all about forward movement. It's all about progress. It's all about determination. Everything we've seen thus far is all about beginning something new, following through with it, and obtaining success, entering a new chapter in your life. The High Priestess. Being enlightened and using your enlightenment, those opposites. That yin-yang energy is very significant. Why? Divine says because you're in this full energy. It's a time for new beginnings. Wow, there's a time for new beginnings. It's a time for transformation. It's a time for purging, graduating, ascending, reaching a point in your experience, Judgment and the Hangman wanting to be seen. Reaching a point in your experience where, and this Judgment lines directly up. All this lines up together, you know? Because with death, you have to go through the rebirth of Judgment. And with the death and the rebirth of Judgment, it forces this Hangman energy. Because you have to be still, you have to sacrifice, you have to find a much more enlightened ideology. I couldn't get the word out. Let's say, clearing and raising a vibration. There's a lot coming in this awakening, in this transformation. And this feels like what people can see. This is what's going on. What only you see. Only you see the sacrifices. Only you see the death. Only you see the transformation. Only you, look at that, the world and the moon and the Emperor. Only you see where the Hierophant energy stands in your experience. What's in yourself. A part of the Judgment card is the many faces. How do you react when death shows up at your door? In what position will you stand? Will you fall and allow yourself to be trampled over? Not understanding what death came to your door to really be? Are you fearful of change? Are you innocent and welcoming to it? Willing to engage? Are you fearful? Afraid to see what lies ahead? In complete surrenderance and yielding to your power? Or will you stand strong, confident and enlightened, ready for the transformation, ready to look death in the face and say, hey, I see the purity you ride in on. That yin-yang energy again of black and white. I see where fears can come from when you show up in my experience, when it's time for things to completely fall away, to die away, to change. But I also see the gift that it brings. And I see my power. I see my hope, my wisdom, my strength, my spiritual enlightenment that tells me this is not to be fearful of. This is an empowering situation. And of course, when death comes to your door, you have to face it alone. No matter who's in your midst, you ultimately have to have your own interaction with transformation in your experience. You have to be willing to stand up and look it in the eye and say, what do you bring me? It's interesting, these pine cones, speaking directly to the pineal gland, the third eye, seeing truth clearly, seeing things clearly. So is it that your perception has to die away in order for you to recognize your raw power and to stand in it? Is that what the transformations have brought in your experience? Because with the rest of the board, it does look that way. Are you really recognizing why things have begun to change in your experience? Are you being grateful for the changes that have occurred? Are you operating in a nature that is true? Seeing the truth of the matter? Or will your fate be as these here? These are questions you have to ask yourself, because when it's time to rise up, you will be raw. Your truth will be seen. Third eye. Seen, heard, felt, noticed. Your presence will be out of the normal. It brings us back to that ET energy. Being willing to be different than the rest. Divines are different than the rest. We're not a copy of a copy. We've removed the top layer of the book. And we've begun to create our own. So when the flags of peace are waved, the trumpets are sounded, and the divine individuals designed to orchestrate your experience and to help you orchestrate your experience, when they begin to appear, and again, third eye, some of you, back to that orb energy, are seeing spiritual things, spiritual experiences happening in the conscious aspect of life. Third eye, we know once the third eye is open, and I'm assuming for a lot of you, the third eye is about to be opened. And it's beautiful because it's naturally. It's naturally. This is not forced. It's not forced. This is something that the divine, look at the wheel of fortune behind that, the divine has come. And I'm hearing you've passed. There's an energy where it's now time for you to really see the truth because you have passed. Now, where in the world, you may have seen this as the end. But with the pineal gland being open, the third eye, the circle, with the third eye being open, you'll see where this bridge, how this bridge actually does still extend. Any fears will be removed. Go with it. Step off. The chariot. You step into a cart that propels you forward. You step into opportunity, you step into abundance, you step into success, you step into control, you step into determination, dedication, the ability to sacrifice what does not serve you. You recognize your wings. You recognize your differences, the differences in life, the differences in what you've learned in spirituality and what the truth of spirituality is. There's an energy here where this leap of faith, you jump straight into, and this is the way it's coming across. You jump straight into a transformation. A transformation that leads to a high level of ascension. You see where that bridge in spirit is, rather than the worldly perspective of there's nothing there. I may fall, but your spiritual self says, I may fall, but I will not die. The soul does not die. Only my current belief, and my current belief was there's nothing there to save me, or fear of what lies beyond what's unseen. The only way to see what's unseen is to allow yourself to be in that realm. In death, you reconnect fully. In life and death, you reconnect as strong as you can. That duality. You see both sides, you live both sides, you experience both sides while still being in the physical experience. It's just old belief patterns, old things that no longer serves you that die off. But the fool definitely goes straight off the bridge into the chariot, into success, movement. It's not a stop here. The stop was within the perception. There's obviously that energy of the physical, the metaphysical.
Youth vaping is a serious problem. One issue, some retailers violate our policies by selling to youth.
The vessel, the etheric.
To crack down, Jewel Labs conducts about 2,000
bringing the two worlds together that really put you in a position of mastery.
Learn more about Jewel Labs' efforts to combat youth vaping at jewel.com/youth-prevention. Jewel Labs, for adult smokers only. Paid for by Jewel.
This mastery, it was not given, it was earned. It was not given, it was earned. Look back on the things that you've overcome and recognize the position. Look at, there he is. There he is. There's that Hierophant right with Justice and Empress. Not kidding, guys. This is also that masculine feminine energy spiritually, with the Wheel of Fortune directly in the middle. We talked about that dedication, that determination, that leadership quality. If you can clearly see, then you can fully live in your purpose. Some of you are a beacon of light. And it's really time to shine. Some of you carry divine information that is unlocked until it's time to be of service. This would be that energy where when someone comes to you for support. You are the individual that instinctually are nurturing. You instinctually restore balance to people. And there's an energy here where the divine is trying to tell you, wow, you can also do that for yourself. When you pull from deep within yourself, you balance scales. That's a part of purpose. That's a part of your mission. This is why the divine is working with you. These are all majors, remember? I'm hearing that you are a healer. You are naturally healing to others. Your voice, your actions, your energy exchanges, your presence, your touch, your thoughts, the energy you send. There's different forms that you're supporting people. There's different ways that you personally are mixing energies in this world that is, dare I say it, godly. There's obviously no taking from the divine on that one, but there's a godly energy here in the works that you do. And the way you use the different tools of life in your experience, in your enlightenment. This is a candle. Some of you, the way that you practice divination is healing to others. You're an enlightened being, and it's time for you to accept it. There's that innocence again, that childlike nature, that raising of vibration. We don't come in a low vibration. Life doles it. But it's time to get really connected to the divine. You see this here? This root chakra energy, this red, that's currently draped over the magician. Use what you was given as a child, your manifestation abilities. We know that the root chakra is tied to manifestation, bringing abundance and nurturing things into fruition. We know that the root chakra also relates to the inner child. There's that same innocent horse. And maybe what some of you don't understand is that maybe this is both you. Wow. Shit, y'all. Maybe this is both you. You in the physical. You in the spiritual. You have showed up to yourself. Self and higher self. Wow, shit, y'all, this is deep. Self and higher self are in perfect resonance to create moving forward, to be enlightened. You've retrieved whatever, any blocks, any whatever accumulated since childhood. You've taken back your power. I'm even seeing this for some of you, like, you know how some kids have this blanket thing where they've got to have their blanket or their toy or something. I'm seeing that as like an analogy of what you've always held, what you came in innately holding sacred to yourself, almost in a purpose way. What your vow was, what you've held on to, the purpose that has come with you as a child, that the divine has always shed light on, kept you rooted to. You've recognized it. In the face of death, you've recognized, holy shit, I am not only the vessel, but I am infinite. I am, in my experience, on both sides of the veil, all coming through to help me in ascension and to create and to make sure that my purpose is brought into fruition, that I'm living on purpose. I mean, you guys, I'm just saying, wow, I'm not even kidding. Wow. And then with the lovers here, that's that sacred union of self. It's not always about someone else. This is the conscious decision to love thyself on a soul level. Not just a cup level, not a two of cups, just the heart, but the soul, the lovers. This divine energy never left your side. And you're tapping into that energy. As you overcome any lower vibration here, what's behind that? The Tower. It feels like some of you didn't know how much you could really accomplish through the soul. The soulful love. Not worldly, not surface, but soulful love. You see that mirror? Two people. See that mirror? Getting right with self on so many fucking levels is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. On a divine note, on a worldly note. It's like what do they call that? A Venn diagram, where it's the two circles that meet in the middle and that's that common. This would be that. This would be that. That fine line between the yin yang sign. That fine line between self and physical and self and spirit. Self and physical, self and spirit. There's that fine line. Notice how the one draped in that red is on this side. And the blue is on this side. And it's interesting because we have a throat chakra energy here with that blue. So on this devil side, the throat chakra is covered by that worldly energy. There's almost an energy here where some of you know how to operate and commune in the spiritual, operate and commune in the physical, even when shakeups happen, because we know that we're divine individuals and that the divine is always doing. This is the things that we can't control, but these are the things that we can, right? And it's never about the falling, it's about the landing. It's never about the falling, it's always about the landing. Authentic. Very authentic. Very authentic. It's about the landing. What do you continue to nurture? What do you continue to pour into? What are you still going towards healing on? What are you still healing? How are you following the divine light? How are you moving towards purpose? How are you nourishing yourself spiritually and physically? We know that water relates to the spirit and that land relates to earth. How are you nourishing yourself and your world, your life? How are you recognizing the bigger picture, right? The bigger energies. There's always little beauties to have gratitude for, but the heavy hitters, are the ones that can show up in different forms. Sun is constantly exploding, right? Stars explode all the time. So it's the major energies in your life. Aside from the little wondrous beauties, aside from the works, aside from the things that you're rooted to, these shakeups can show its face in many ways, right? Because you're operating in the world and the spirit. So sometimes the amazing things in life, they blow the fuck up. They explode. They come crashing down. It does what you don't expect or what you don't think or what you don't want. Some of you want to see a light show. Sometimes it does what you want, you know? But again, the perception. The perception. When it's time for something new, look at that, the world behind that. When it's time for something new, come out of what you know already and go towards something different. Really tap into self. Behind the moon, we always have the sun, right? Right? As you're going through, again, sometimes those stars can blow the fuck up. Sun is constantly an explosion. It's not just a ball of fire, it's constantly exploding. It's not just, it's technically not even fire. It's not what you would call an we'll get into that another day. It was 25-25 when I said that. Um, so as you're going through these different things in life, leaving your mark on the world, we know that there's a trail here. Going toward ascension, enlightenment, purpose, path, new cycles. Learning to become more fixed on the things that are changed, that you're able to change, right? There's an energy of hold it within you, in your knowing exactly what it's all for. Wow, it's beautiful how it closed out. That's the last of the cards. Notice where it hits, where it leads. This is a very powerful energy for it to lead to. Again, there's that infinity sign. Resonates with exactly what we've been saying this whole time. Harmony. Mind, spirit, and higher self. A dominating energy in your experience. Again, with strength, you already had courage. You walked out into that field alone, knowing that it was powerful things, anything, any noun, powerful shit that could come against you or come at you. How does your perception stand? Would this lion be coming to, in your perception, harm you or help you? What vibe are you giving off that would alert this lion to come your direction? And what vibe did you give that lion? You know? What vibe are you reading from the lion? If you pay attention to others' energy, it helps you to understand your own. You know, having discernment and what's my energy and what energy am I pulling in, right? Now, if she was in an energy of aggression, would not the lion have showed up aggressive? No. This angelic aspect of yourself has recognized that I am in direct connection to all around me. Empress, and I can control by what I give off. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your experiences, right? You have to vibrationally align with experiences. It's like a multiple choice. You know, the infinite possibilities. It's like a multiple choice. You fill in the bubble by your vibration, which ultimately means you select the experience or level of joy, happiness, pain, comfort, whatever. You select the level in your experience. You fill in that bubble based on what you feel, right? You answer questions based on what you feel the answer is. Same as your vibration. You check the bubble on what experience comes next. Your spiritual self is constantly navigating in the spiritual world. You guys know how I feel. Everything happens in spirit first. Your spirit goes before you. Has a clear understanding of the different outcomes, cause and effect, right? And then nudges you in the right direction when you're in alignment with it. When you're able to feel, understand, use your intuition. Your divine self leads you to where the water runs the deepest, the strongest, the purest, right? Don't hear the shallow streams and think that that is where your wealth is. Follow your divine nature and understand, no. We have the ocean here. As they say, this one life is but a drop of water in the ocean of time. That's comparing. That's like comparing how long one lifetime really is. And there's an energy here of not taking it so. Take it easy. Take it easy. We know that life is not about ease, but it damn sure can produce easy. I mean, it's not about easy, but it damn sure can be ease in it. It's not always a fight against the current. Because if the divine is steering that ocean, that river, that, you know, then the current is carrying you where you need to go already. Don't fight the current. Stand strong in it. Shit, you want to get there faster, swim with it. You can. That's going to be the reading, guys. I love and appreciate you all. Have a great one.